All right, like, click, subscribe, do all that. You already know what it is. It's Netflix time. We got a special one. This one's called Space Sweepers. Chasing after space debris and faraway dreams in the year 2092, four misfits unearthed explosive secrets during the attempted trade of a wide-eyed humanoid. Yeah, a Korean action-adventure film that came out like 2 weeks ago was about 2 hours and 16 minutes long. There's a lot to unpack in this one. I'm gonna try to condense it down as much as possible, so here we go. Now you got our main guy right here. He's just trying to get some money, to help out the ship and do things of that nature. But the money's really for getting the team together so he can actually find his daughter, long-lost daughter, if she's still alive. He was at the morgue where they thought they picked up a body that looked like his daughter, but alas, it was not her. Meanwhile, on the surface of Mars, yes, this is what Mars looks like here. You got this guy who's supposed to be 152 years old controlling the whole area. But on the low, he has an army of technological robots. He says he's trying to create a new utopia for all mankind. But really, he's just trying to wipe out the planet Earth of all evildoers. So he says, right? So then you got Captain Yang. She's with our heroes. She's like part of the crew, kind of like a space pirate. But her backstory is crazy too. She used to be part of this militia, hunting down people for the government and shit. It was crazy. Then you got our guy Hanzo. He's the third member of the crew. Before he hooked up with the crew, he used to be an international criminal. He's got a ridiculous amount of crimes under his belt. So our hero always goes to this guy, Lance. He's trying to get like extra money or get donations and stuff like that. There's a story to Lance, trust me. Then you got this guy. He's just a comic guy, but he's supposed to be part of the Galactic Federation or something. He's not as important, but he plays a role. All right, so the gist of the story is this. The crew's making some repairs to the ship when they discover this little girl hiding under these white balls. Yeah. Now, I know you're thinking to yourselves, how the fuck has she still been alive all this time just hiding there? So apparently this little girl's not really that much human anymore, and then she has like a bunch of nanobots in her system, which allows her to create life, but then at the same time, she's supposed to be a ticking time bomb, which they figure out from the news reports. Oh, and by the way, they got a handy dandy robot on the ship too. They call her Kim Chi because at some point this robot wants to be a real girl in real life, so I don't know. So reports they hear news about this group called the Black Foxes that won her, and they were willing to give up like $2 million to get it. And considering the crew all needs money, they go along with this plan. I swear, doesn't this cast remind you of the cast of Cowboy Bebop characters? I mean, is it just me or do I feel like they took a lot of inspiration from that classic anime show? Cowboy Bebop was the shit. Anyway, when her eyes start glowing, you never know if she's trying to create life or stop some nanobots or who knows. Her powers are very vague at the start of this movie. But she does bring life to this plant and end up making a tomato tree. So let's get to the good stuff. They make a deal to sell it to the Black Foxes for $2 million, in which this guy hears about the conversation. You know he's got something to do with it. Some policeman comes 2 hours before the exchange, but they get him up out of there quickly. Our man tells them to make the exchange at some club spot. They bring the money, the kid disappears, other people find out she's there, guards start shooting because they want to terminate her. Why? I'll explain that later. Back at the ship, he's really not being too nice to her because he kind of reminds her of her daughter. Everybody else is taking a liking to her. This guy's getting pissed off because he doesn't have her. The captain drinks because she is furred like that. That's what she does. Eventually, she creates a bomb with him when they get him to sell tomatoes. Her and the robot create a bomb when they play dress up or playing with makeup. A man's dreaming because he's having flashbacks because he actually used to be a soldier where the Federal Army was. He was one of the first soldiers. It was crazy. Yeah, he used to work for the bad guy. Plot twist. Our man Lance notices the girl. He knows exactly who she is. These people in orange jumpsuits try to kidnap her. And come to find out, one of them was actually Lance. Come to find out, Lance and his crew are actually the Black Foxes crew. It's like, oh shit. Meanwhile, our villain makes an example of this guy sitting down because he doesn't believe in the cause. He thinks it's going to cause death to the planet. And you know he ain't having that shit. So he basically gets murked. Done deal. Dead. Then we find out through some backstory that her father actually implanted the nanobots in her, but in a strange twist ended up saving her life and giving her special powers. So our bad guy wants the girl for himself. He needs her to be near an actual bomb located in his factory, when the nanomachines will send an explosion going towards the Earth, wiping out 3 billion people. Yeah, 3 fucking billion. Yeah, he's on that wipe out the Earth, start new resurrection bullshit. Make a new place for all mankind. Like, come on, son. So it's a certain part where the squadron finds them and they make a narrow escape and they're about to get eaten by nanomachines, but then she saves them somehow. I won't give it all away, but there's some epic stuff that goes down. I mean, I'll just say this, the movie's pretty awesome. It's very bright and colorful, animated. It's a lot of epic stuff that goes down, plot twists, climaxes, and pretty much everything that you could pretty much want in a superhero type, space type, you know what I'm saying, trying to make sure the world doesn't get destroyed type of movie. So, it's pretty awesome with those effects. And I say it's a hell of a watch. I check it out. 5 thumbs up for this one. And it's a good look. Space Sweepers on Netflix. Check it out. Like, click, and subscribe. Do all that. It's your boy, Mr. Ski. Big. Hit the goddamn slogan.